Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves, and these are strange days indeed. I'm talking about spiritual experience this week, and I want to share my very first spiritual experience. Now, this may stretch you a little bit, but then I've been known to stretch people more than a little bit. My very first spiritual experience happened before I was ever a Christian. In fact, before I ever understood what a spiritual experience was. I was 4 years old. We were living in a little trailer, 10 feet wide, 40 feet long, in a little trailer park called Kellogg's in Santa Ana, California. I only know the name of the trailer park because I asked my mother a couple of times what was the name of that trailer park where we lived when I was about 4 years old. I had a little bedroom that opened up into the kitchen, and one morning I woke up, crawled out of bed, remember, 4 years old, walked through the kitchen, but instead of walking through the kitchen, I walked into glory. That is the only way that I can explain it. I saw a sight that was opulent, it was rich, it was over the top, it was indescribable, especially in the mind of a 4-year-old Okie boy living in California. I've never lost that image. I can still picture it to this very day. It was a spiritual reality when I didn't recognize spiritual realities. Now, I'm sharing this story for several reasons. The first is your spiritual experiences indelibly mark your life. My very first spiritual experience was a spiritual experience of abundance, and I have always preached abundance. Even before I became a Christian, I believed that abundance was the order of the universe. And of course, if you read my book, Invisible Lines of Supply, there's an entire chapter called Abundance is the Order of the Universe. God is a God of abundance. I know that because I saw that when I was 4 years old. Your spiritual experiences will impact your life the rest of your life. The other thing I want you to see about spiritual experiences is that spiritual experiences are not dependent upon you being really deep and spiritual. I know there's some people think if I'm going to have spiritual experiences, I've got to fast and I've got to pray. Well, if you know me, you know what I think about fasting. And I have a time of prayer every day, not because I want to prove myself to God or ingratiate myself in some way or get deeper spiritually, but I have a time of prayer every day because prayer is communication with God. And I can't think of any greater calling in life than spending time communicating with the eternal. So I have a time of prayer every day. But spiritual experience is not dependent upon you being some kind of hyper-spiritual person. In fact, most of the hyper-spiritual people that I've met that claim spiritual experience don't have any idea as to what they're talking about. And I'm going to address that a little bit this coming Friday when I talk about being carried up into heavenly places, because I've had experiences, more than one experience of being carried up in heavenly places. Remember what I said last Monday, all spiritual experience is subjective, it's not objective. What does that mean? It means it's subject to your understanding and your interpretation. My understanding and interpretation based on my very first spiritual experience is that God is a God of abundance, that God wants to bless, that God wants to do more in your life. And I'm going to keep believing that because it's worked for over 50 years now. Eventually, I became a Christian, and in that Christian experience, I discovered the God of the universe. That's the El Shaddai, the God that's more than enough, the God that's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that works in us. I hope you've been encouraged today. I want you to open your heart and open your mind to spiritual experiences in your own life. And then join me this Sunday at Aspire Church. AspireChurch.tv, that's the live stream, or Aspire Church Facebook, that's Aspire Church TV. This Sunday, I've got a word that's going to help you to get through these strange days. I'm in the series called Strange Days because, yes, these are strange days indeed. I'm sharing some of the important things that you need to know and understand to get through these strange days. And this Sunday's message is called Strange Days Focus. I'm going to take you into the Word and show you what to focus on and how to focus so that you will get through these strange days happily, healthily, wealthily, and most of all, I want to see you get through whole. Once again, Sunday morning on the live stream at AspireChurch.tv or on Facebook at Aspire Church TV, 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. It's going to be powerful. Join me then. Join me Friday. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman. I'll see you then.